Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
Hey, happy Thursday. Peacemaker, season 2, episode 6. This was a wild episode. Got a chance to watch it earlier this evening. This episode was wild. A real short episode, in my opinion. Actually, only about 35 minutes of story. If you take out the flashbacks and the intro and the outro, about 35 minutes of actual story, but they packed it. It was wild. There are some cameos. I won't tell you what they are. But just some wild stuff. A lot of stuff that we had been talking to that we had noticed. They finally noticed in this episode. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Brad and Aaron, and then let me get back on HBO Max because it closed out for me. Hello.
Thank goodness you bring in Brad.
Whoa. What was that? Say that again. Oh, yeah. And then last but not least, Brad. All right, hold on. Let me get this.
I'm Brad's less dumb friend.
I'm right about a lot of things that people have zero.
Dismiss. Skip. All right. I am at the new episode. So everybody mute yourself unless you're talking because I'm hearing a lot of background. Okay. I am at 36036. So let me answer some quick questions before we get in because we're just gonna blow through this episode because it's a really short episode. How you doing, Larry? Clint is here. Let's see. We still have the 2 spots open for tomorrow, but time is running out. We will be doing Spinal Tap 2:00 Saturday. There's still one more spot left if you guys want to use that link. There you go. Why would it need to be episode 3? I didn't get any sense that it was out of sequence. All right, so everybody.
The reason why it should have been episode 3 is because it took too long to get to this point.
Also, well, like I said, without spoiling, I can't really.
Right, that's why I'm saying to this point.
I watched it. I did not see that, but then again, that's just my point of view. Did you? Because there's clearly racism in season 2. In fact, you know what? Instead of just blowing it up, let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna give us a countdown to 3, and then we're gonna start, and then we're gonna go through the song and everything. So 036 is where I'm started at. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
In fact, this episode is still the reason why I despise series television. Freaking Alien Earth built up, and then that ending. Oh my god.
This show's a little bit different because Alien Earth only has Alien Earth. This show, even if we're to leave off, it has other vessels to explore the story if they want to. He's sitting there eating with all the kaiju blood on him.
The blood could be all dried up.
Yeah, it's still gross though.
Is this a Cracker Barrel they're in?
Their faces start to melt.
Do you know what that means?
What?
Their face melting?
I don't know if it was done for effect, but the fact that once I watched the episode, I got it. Yeah, this is a wild episode, man. It was, especially how it wraps up.
I think it was Jennifer Holland who said that Frank Grillo had to go through like the 5 stages of grief, knowing that he had to do the stance in the intro recently.
Yeah, I don't think at any of those 5 stages did he ever take it seriously.
It's really funny because none of them can dance.
Yeah, that's literally the whole deal. Frank Grillo's, every time I watch it, he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, Frank Grillo's like, I'm getting a paycheck for this. I'm getting a paycheck for this.
Well, actually, William, this is my first time seeing the episode, so.
Oh, no, okay. I thought you were going to catch it before.
Oh,
I thought you were going to try to catch it before people fucked it up for you.
Nah, boy. Well, I mean, without spoiling anything, I mean, like, does this anything we predicted happen or come close to being true, or what?
Well, I won't say, because if you've been watching our show, I will be spoiling it for you.
I need to know that. I don't care if it's supposed to be.
I'll message you.
Hashtag Brad the Spoiler.
Hold on, just check your messages, dude.
Okay.
He's 6'6". He's sitting in the backseat of that car. Wow. My mom would have fucking open-handed me.
Yeah, you kiss your mother with that mouth, dude. Larry wants to hear my thoughts after the teaser next. Okay, I'll share once we get there.
Larry, I as a grown man, I would watch it for yourself. I would not take forth advice on anything about watchability.
Alien Earth had so much potential, then just flushed it all the way.
If you're not prone to this type of storytelling, then I can understand that. But if
I'm
if
prone
you're
to
used
there
to,
not being a season 2 in the books yet.
no, that's the new reality. That's you're not going to get that with any of these shows, except for Star Trek. They
Star
haven't
Trek,
even greenlit. They haven't even greenlit a season 3 of this yet.
Star Trek, at least their stories have beginning, middle, and ends in each one of the episodes.
Well, Strange New World had a fucking cliffhanger that made me wait 2 years to finish off the Goran storyline. It's kind of pissed me off, and then it ended kind of lame. But oh, this is hilarious! This is hilarious. It's all this cocaine, weed. They just start stuffing it in their pants.
That was a funny point of the episode when, oh, it's all blood money, and they're all.
You just start jamming it in their pockets.
All those Beanie Babies are gonna be worth thousands or even $1 million top.
You know this. This reminds me of, and Aaron, you're gonna dig this. It's actually, I think I know where Gunn might have been inspired for this joke. It's actually from a Scott Adkins movie. It's called The Debt Collector, where he has teamed up with Louis Mandylor. They're debt
All right,
collectors.
it's late. Let's not bore our audience.
And
please.
they come up to this one guy who's he's not paying back his what he owes, and Scott beats the other guy up, and then he goes, okay, here's where I'm hiding, and he opens the
Now
he
they
owes
just
him like
randomly
$20.
starts moving the things around. She don't know where the fuck they're going. They're just
Yeah.
randomly moving the jewels around.
So he opens up this one like a
Oh,
chest
Jesus
this guy
Christ,
has.
dude.
He guy owes like 20 grand, and he opens like, what? There's over 100 grand
Okay.
in here, you prick! It's like you had the money the whole time, and you chose to take a beating anyway.
Unnecessary reference. Thank
I
you.
think
All the cocaine all over him now.
It's quite on the same line as what we just saw now.
So is it like the raid, Brad?
I mean, it involves people getting punched and kicked a lot.
Are any of them in this episode? Are any of them on our screen right now?
Well, it doesn't matter because
No.
it's a joke of the same wavelength, so it's relevant.
If someone else is on your wavelength, maybe.
Well, I mean, it's again, who's on my wavelength? Well, Sis is.
Okay. A, she's not your sister. 2, it takes more fucking people than 2 to have a wavelength. Just stop. Somehow this has got to be this rat thing has got to be a payoff. All it does is burn rats. I film psychic. Yeah, I mean, she just starts randomly fucking around with the little knobs, and she ends up in the right place. I'm like, even the time masters can't operate the TARDIS that effectively.
She used the Schwartz.
I really don't like Tim Meadows in this.
Don't like who?
Tim Meadows, the black guy sitting in front of him right now.
Uh,
Really bad jokes that just aren't funny.
with his bird blindness.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. If he disappeared from the show wouldn't change for me.
I was hoping you're going to see the skull spiders when she opened that door.
That's probably going to be towards the end. How you doing, Slipknot? What's going on?
You mean like in the last episode or what?
Yeah, because he said episode 6 and 8 are the wildest of the three.
Hmm.
Bro, that guy was an idiot with his humor. He was funnier when he was pissed off at Chris for Stalin. Rooker could be the Batman that Ezra brings back. It's Michael Rooker comes back and said, "Mary Poppins, motherfucker."
Oh, you're talking about like he could be like one of
Yeah.
the another one of those like he fixes things, screws things up
Yeah.
when he fixes, and then it's like he's another one of the alternate. It's like it's Clooney and then Rooker.
Have a whole episode of that shit, dude. It'd be hilarious. I'm so glad he did not throw up here. Sorry. No, he's dead in the Suicide Squad. He's playing a brand new character, or played a brand new character in this one. A complete waste of his ability, in my opinion. Hi, bro. What's going on?
Rooker is the drummer of Spinal Tap.
Yeah. And Harcourt is like me in Azteca.
Something's wrong with this universe. That weird shit's coming and going on that.
He's just walking throughout this town in his uniform. It's just not standing out.
Or something's right in this universe if you have a certain opinion.
Yeah, right being the. I think that reveal was meant to
What?
not be such a surprise. I mean, because they left those clues out there, but we'll let it get revealed here. I'll hit cocaine.
Uh-oh.
I almost got just over annoyed at Adrian in this scene. I was like, dude, I hope this is a payoff or something, and it actually was. So. I haven't seen her in a lot, but she's perfect for this character. So. What was low? What? Yeah, just got the notification I'm live. What have we been on the air? 31 minutes. Hi. Thank you, StreamYard, YouTube, sons of bitches.
Oh my god, they did the Spider-Man meme. And they actually said Spider-Man meme.
And for me, for my money, the best version of that has been the one with Toby and Andrew and Tom.
Okay, this is
Because
where the shit just gets
they are
it's a
Spider-Man.
van. Yeah, the Spider-Man one is.
Again, the best one is with the one with Toby and Andrew and Tom. Oh, great! Come on.
Fucking bird. Open the needs. Here we go.
Oh my god. That's Lex
You're a little
Luthor.
bit you're a little bit ahead, Aaron. I was going to tell you. For those of you who are cued to us, Aaron is on Australian.
Well, here, cue balls in the episode.
But this wasn't to me. I mean, I expected him to be here.
Yeah, either Superman or Lex is like. I mean, I don't consider that twists. Like guys who were just
Superman's a must.
Yeah, the dudes the characters who were just in the movie that came out 3 months ago. It's like, no, come on, that's not a twist. That's not like
we
a big
advise
like.
Guys, when they say twist for nerds like us, I don't know if they're going to be the type of twist that would affect Joe Average. You know what I mean? Because we're always anticipating this shit. You know, we obsess about this shit a little bit too much.
And one thing, crypto fucked him up.
Yeah, he's walking.
Yeah,
with
no,
a cane.
he's on a cane. Yeah.
Well, crypto tossed him around pretty good there.
He reads his lines better than he did in the movie.
Sorry, I thought you guys were a little bit ahead of me because I had to refresh and then
No, you're
play
ahead of us. Yeah.
when you did the countdown.
26:20 is where I'm at. The show's almost over, by the way.
I wonder how much they paid him to be in this episode
It's probably part of his contract.
because he's a movie actor.
Yeah, but I think when these DCU guys sign up, they sign up for all the projects.
Oh, okay.
So
they
I think
have
it's
to
all part of the agreement.
get in there.
Yeah, when you accept the theatrical, I bet I'm pretty sure they sign it all together.
That's
costs
actually very
so
clever.
much.
That is very clever
Yeah.
to put that in a contract.
Yeah, so they can tell their stories. She's like Belle Rev, but the F bombs.
That was good. He's a moron. He has Al Capone's vault in his basement.
I have to rewatch that comment again. I know what you're talking about there.
I think Rivera went to the wrong place to find his vault.
Just so stupid.
I think that photograph at the beginning has a whole bunch more to do with what's going on in this place than anything.
I do. I just didn't want to refer to it yet because it's there's a particular science fiction movie, an all-time great, especially its 70s remake that I know he took it from this when he did with these next couple of scenes.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay, slow down because you're probably ahead again. Because I think you're at a certain scene. I don't want you to say anything yet. This is crazy. She finally says it out loud. It's hilarious. Don't. Oh, no. Pour out of bio. She's booking it. Here's the flag. Oh man, man in the high castle moment right here.
Well, as William said, there is a reason why there's been a a absence of black people on this reality here.
An economist is worthless in this scene. Fucking dude. He just gives up everything.
That is.
This whole scene, the scene when she's
Oh
just
my
running
God.
and all these white supremacists are behind her. Better not let her touch her, man. Wow, that was like the wildest ending of any of these episodes in both seasons. Well, there you go. Hey, Azteca, if you're out there, our suspicions earlier on, way earlier than this, were proven to be a little bit true there. And it's funny how we noticed it. When I noticed it the first time, I'm like, maybe they're not. Oh, they are. Wow. I'm going right to the
Man in the high castle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right to the
Go to the tease, yeah, because he was asking you to share my thoughts on the teaser at the end.
Yeah, I skipped the little excerpts that they did because that's just those are just gag reels. All right, here we go.
This series, I just don't care about the characters at all.
Okay, here we go. He doesn't believe economists, I bet you. Now, I need to know who they're talking to here.
Is this after credits scene?
Yeah, this is the teaser for next season. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. All right, and see who he's talking to because Lex leads up to another guy in that scene. My only complaint about this episode, other than Adrian's characters driving me crazy doing this episode, especially when there's two of them, I'm like, oh my god, that's all I needed. Is that it was too short, man. This episode really needed another 15 minutes because, like I said, when it's all. Nothing in this episode was anything that I did not expect. The execution of it, I thought was hilarious.
Well, I mean, when you end it like with the American flag with a swastika on it, and it's
And the title of the episode gave it away because I guess I had figured out that something was wrong with the town because we discussed last week it was either a Nazi town, World War II ended up differently, or something happened with that town. One way or another. It might be an isolated town, or it might be the whole country. Yeah, and then Lex. I mean, one or the other was going to be here. I still think we're going to see Superman, but Lex Luthor was no surprise to me at all. So when they said Bel Reb, I knew exactly because remember at the end of Superman, they said would take his ass to Bel Reb, and that's the only one that we've been introduced to that would be in that prison yet. Now, this other person that he's talking to in the previews, I'll probably need to find out who that's going to be. That'll be next week, but. The whole Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing, he stole that straight from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where they're all running out the house pointing. If you guys have seen the Donald Sutherland version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that's how they. Oh, dude, it's an all-time classic. It's what ends up happening is the aliens that have been colonized and transformed. When they see a normal human, they scream and point at them like that, and that's kind of reminded me of what they were doing there. And her poor thing, she's running, and it's just the whole scene with her running, and then that's shot perfectly with all those people behind her.
She comes up to her, and then the stampede behind her. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you see the preview scene, she does get away, but
Yeah.
they're gonna be a little bit worried. They're gonna barely get out of that universe. But I had fun with this. Like I said, it's too short. 35 minutes of story. That's not enough.
Do you think one of these last 2 episodes they'll be longer?
Nah, 50-50 could be. I hope so, because that dude, I was thoroughly listen. Are these shows perfect? No, but I was thoroughly entertained for about 35 minutes or so, especially when it all started to come together. I'm like I said, if you've been watching our watch alongs, you know that at I think episode 2 or 3, me and Azteca and a whole bunch of people were in there running. You know what? This is I'm thinking it, and then Azteca said it, and I'm like, okay, well then fuck, And we were like, that's 5 episodes ago.
No, not this episode. The only one is just Lex and like the alternate vigilante.
Yeah, which was now I guess he's gonna end up
the Spider-Man meme.
I guarantee you that vigilante. I'm betting right now the one from the alternator is gonna get killed helping them escape, and that's gonna change Adrian's character.
Yeah. By the way, a little bit off topic, but
here we go. Everything you say is off topic.
I just wanted Aaron shared this with me the other day. So come on, bucket makers, come on! 30-year anniversary. This is so perfect.
That'll keep the mood consistent.
But look at that. She's smiling. She's smiling inside that box. She's probably not even dead. Her head survived, and she's just.
Dude, do you
They're all smiling.
Ritalin? Do you need Ritalin to stay on topic? Anyway, that mystery person in the next episode, I need to watch that again, and so I can because I don't recognize that person's voice that they're going to. He's like, why would I help you or something like that? That guy. I need to see that, but I think you're gonna. I still think you're gonna see Superman.
I don't think that's Superman though, because that guy is cuffed.
No, he's cuffed and he's in prison, and they're not in that alternate universe. They haven't gotten there yet. So no, but you will see Superman in this episode. You didn't see him in that preview, but you'll see him in the show because Lex is gonna escape. By the way, if you guys haven't figured out, he basically pulled a Hannibal Lecter.
Do you think that whoever that is, that we've already seen that character, or is this a new character?
I think it's somebody we haven't seen because I would have recognized the voice unless it's somebody. Because remember, it's not anybody from the Suicide Squad because all those people were alive. The people who are dead are dead. It wasn't Weasel, and everybody else has been. It's not dead. It's not a Bloodshot. It's a white. It's clearly a Caucasian person from the scene. So that eliminates a couple of different people.
Maybe that's why they send him over there because he can blend in.
Well, he's not going over to that universe. They're going to come back to this universe before that happened. To look like they're all escaping. But yeah, I don't know who it is. It may be somebody that they have not introduced yet. Maybe this show will be that introduction though. But they definitely you know what, this episode did the job of getting me compelled to be anticipated for the next one. I thought it was a fun episode.
You think this might be?
It could be.
Oliver Queen or the Joker. Maybe
no, it wasn't the Joker. You couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't.
No, I
don't think it's any of those. I don't think it's a Joker. I don't think you're gonna see. I don't think you're gonna see the Joker until he gets around to Batman. What was the other ones he thought it was?
There was either Oliver Queen, or Blood.
Oliver Queen doesn't make any sense because Oliver Queen wouldn't be in prison at this point.
It's gonna It's gonna be Sidney, Happerson, and Otis. They were in the behind the scenes trailer released months ago during and that mustache guy.
That voice didn't match any of those people. That voice didn't match any of those people, and those people are kind of worthless. Whoever they're going to talk to, in my opinion, is of high value and of high leverage. Those people were fucking lackeys. So yeah, I don't.
You still haven't seen them peering through that door to see the skull spiders yet, which I'm really starting to think that's going to be like a final episode thing where I definitely going to think that's going to be because this episode is the last episode. This next episode is them escaping that dimension. This episode is them escaping that dimension, and then the people who are the Argus people working their way to something else.
So I don't think they are going to be together in that next episode. I think they're going to be
And as it's in like 9 and Artie says, the lackeys really know how to work the dimension rift technology Lex used.
Okay, did RJ? I need to know. Did you see the preview? That vibe didn't give off lackey vibe.
Yeah, that gave off like this guy has leverage on us vibe.
That guy gave off A-list vibe. Because they wouldn't have hid. Why would you hide the identity of a lackey? Now, I'm not saying you're 100% wrong. I'm just asking you a question of why those guys were kind of useless lackeys. All the guys you mentioned were kind of worthless. The way they set that scene up is whoever this is on the level. So could be a letdown. It could be one of the monkey. It could be one of the lackeys that were in his in the tower, but who knows? Okay, let's see. All right, guys.
He says Zack Snyder.
That'd be hilarious if it was. I still would make him a Batman, one of the Batman that
one like Barry, because like it goes and then like him like, okay, I got it wrong with Clooney. I got to continue fixing it. Like one, and William suggests that we were running down possibilities for that. If he he revisits that ending from the Flash. And I was gonna suggest make David Cortz one of them, and William said no, make one of them Zack Snyder's. Like that was what I was gonna say, but it's like it's a cool idea.
Yeah, because Cortz wouldn't make too much sense. Yeah, well, she's running for her life, Worth. She's got she might pass out when she gets help. But she's running for it when you're in fear for your life.
Fight or flight response, man.
Yeah, well, she's booking it because she's out running.
You use muscles that you don't usually have. She's potentially the only living black person in a world where the Nazis won the war. It's like, yeah, it's going to motivate you.
They either won the war or that's a town that is like a white, something like that. I haven't really put my finger on it yet, but I knew it was going to be something. And I remember I was telling you, maybe this world, the Nazis won World War II, and it's like the Man in the High Castle. Because as soon as I saw that flag, for all those of you who have not watched Man in the High Castle, please watch it. It's a beautiful show. It's scary. But that's the exact flag that they use.
Or America sided with Germany.
Like instead of the Allies, yeah, maybe.
It could have happened. But yeah, I thought that was like, I'm like, dude, that's the first time you saw a flag in that town. You've been fighting crime in that town. It's the first time you just stepped out of looking at the flag. But then again, the title is Ignorance is Chris, and that's what it was. Yeah, the flag was kind of cool. Yeah, and he just rolled over immediately and gave up everything, even though I don't think Robert Patch's character believes him, because I still don't think these people believe in other dimensions and shit. But they're going to escape that dimension.
Peacemaker's brother says one got out, so will the team help the Liberty Resistance fighters and Liberty? Yeah, it's one. So that kind of suggests like they have like active like concentration camps or something like that. So
in the Sons of Liberty. So yeah, like I said, I really think that Adrian's going to get whacked, but But let's see what happened.
Exactly. Oh, you know everything you've seen. Well, have you seen the episode somehow or what?
Well, he's film psychic.
So, okay, so you're screwing with us. All right.
Let's see. Question, William. Have you seen my comments? There's a whole bunch of comments in here, Huggy, Hunter Huggy. Try to get to yours. That would make no sense whatsoever. I mean, that would, you have probably a better odds of me showing up in the next episodes. It just doesn't make any sense at this point for a character like that to be in here, because there's no reason. Okay, Hunter, I'm gonna pose a question to you. Why would he be there? Green Arrow, no, that's not the green. Once again, guys, not those. I mean, there's nothing that indicates Green Arrow is in prison in this universe, and in James Gunn's universe. There's nothing that,
or in that dimension, Superman led it in Germany.
That's another thing that they could do. They could do that. Just like they could do it. They could do a Red Sun type of variation.
Superman Third Reich, maybe you can call that.
Not every show. I'm against the binge model. I want the binge model to go away. I think the binge model.
Well,
I think
well,
even Netflix knows that the binge model needs to go
they
away.
made two. Well, DC did make two alternative Superman comic books. One where his ship landed in the Soviet Union,
Yeah, it's Red
Yeah,
Sun.
Red Sun. Yeah, that's Elseworlds.
and the other one was when if his ship landed in Kent in England.
That one I have not seen.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I've read it, and that it's
Okay.
co-written
Is
by
that the
John
one
Cleese,
like when
the John Cleese.
they won the Revolutionary War, the English did, because of Superman?
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, they do time stuff like that too. True, I get what you mean. I think we could all be wrong because it's just not enough. He's done a good job of not giving you enough to really make those big, jump conclusions. Like the ones with the whole thing being a Nazi town. That's something he kind of put out there. You just picked it up when you picked it up. And Lex Luthor, that's like saying, that's Lex Luthor definitely going to be in there. Superman's definitely going to be.
Yeah.
there.
Again, it's like I don't consider like when his movie that leads into this just came out 3 months ago. It's like I don't consider that like an earth-shattering twist when like characters from that make cameos here. I mean that's like a cool like, oh, here's this guy kind of thing, but it's not like a
Well, the twist of this
never saw it.
episode was showing the flag.
well, but even that.
Yeah, but they gave you two clues that there was something up.
it's a confirmation is what it is. It's not,
Yeah,
it's not
there you go. Because like I said, when I'm sitting there wondering, should I say this on my stream? Do I really want this heat for saying it? Am I going to come off as an angry black man? Because I've been sitting here watching. Not only there's no black people, there's no non-white people,
Yeah.
and for a long time in different parts, and they went all over that town. And I'm like, like I said, once his face in the chat just popped, I'm like, all right, well, fuck it.
He kind of sounded like when we did the Jaws watch party, and it's on the 4th of July, and he said, like, "Hey, you guys."
And back to that picture didn't melt when it was just the devil guy. It only melted when he was in it.
Oh, the white, the Blue Knight or the Blue Dragon.
Yeah, the Blue Dragon. When they took the Blue Dragon picture, it didn't melt. But when they took the picture with Peacemaker in it, that's when it went all funny.
I wonder if there'll be a follow-up to that. Because yeah, that was kind of creepy. That set the tone for the episode for me. William, does Superman exist in this race? I think he does.
Yeah, but
I think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be.
He's going to be
problem.
like closer to Brightburn Superman, and
Well,
no, he'll have instead of an S, he'll have a fucking.
He'll have like a swastika.
Would DC go there?
Yes.
To Superman?
Yes.
Have Nazi Superman, yeah.
They got Nazis. They're visible Nazis in this show, and they are. It's a whole town of them too. And James Gunn said, "Fuck it, I don't care if it's on the nose or not. I'm fucking with Nazis." Scott Snyder's like, "I got Batman Ultimate or Absolute Batman's fighting a town." This is hilarious.
Oh, and as Larry
Absolute
pointed out,
Batman, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Absolute Batman is fighting a town.
Overman.
He's fighting a town full of white supremacists, and Peacemaker's in a town full. That's hilarious, man. I wonder if they got together on that. That
again,
so is that like an Elseworlds comic book, Overman?
Yeah,
I think it's a different Earth. It's a different Earth.
Yeah. It's a reality kind of similar to the one the Ultraman and Owlman come from.
Oh, okay.
It's where like the good guys are villains.
I can't say it's who it's not, guys. Again, like I said, that scene didn't give me. I'm gonna have to have one of these videos, these YouTube videos where these guys break it down. These guys break it down to the microscopic level, and they see shit I don't see. So they'll probably give me some insight, but I don't know who it is. But I think whoever it is when you see the face, you're like, it's an oh shit guy.
Mm.
It's an oh shit, bro. It's not somebody who you're gonna have explained. When I think even if we haven't seen it before in James Gunn's universe, I think this person he's talking to when he takes the cuff off him is you're gonna recognize that person no matter whether you've seen him in Gunn's universe or not. That's my opinion.
I think so too. I think so too.
Okay, I just watched the opinion and that voice sounds just like the mustache guy from Superman. Okay, all right, okay. For argument's sake, RJ, I'll give you that. That's not a high leverage person I'm gonna give a fuck about. I didn't give a fuck about that guy in the movie.
Yeah,
So,
this feels like he's gonna. This will be like that guy turns around. It's like a mic drop. Like
it's
whoever
like,
that.
oh man, and it'll be done in a way, whoever it is, even if we've never seen him before, it'll be done in a way that's like, oh shit, I know exactly who that is, even if I've never seen you before. If James Gunn's not done you before. Somebody, like I said, I don't know, but mustache guy. I mean, if it's a mustache guy, I'm gonna be like, well, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, you're kind of wasting a pretty awesome potential twist on, again, not the most pivotal character.
Yeah, Man in the High Castle is just excellent.
Let's see. Do you think that they would have Uncle Sam in the Nazi universe?
No, because he wouldn't, unless he's fighting for the revolution or the revolution.
I mean, they would be that poster, but he's doing like a Sig Heil on that poster if he's there.
Fuck you, Forth. Fuck you. I think binge model. I think is a state of mind. I really don't think it's I like I said, the people who created the binge model are slowly going away from it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's see. So Chief Faller. Let's see. I'm gonna go down. Yeah, Overman's Earth Panner.
Forth says it's like Uncle Sam. I don't want you, black people. That's the Uncle Sam of the Nazi DC universe.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we're also going to see another universe before this is all said and done too. I know we spent some time, significant time in this one, but I think we're going to see another universe at least, because like I said, those spider things are probably from
skull spiders. But...
yeah, so that's probably another dimension.
Well, yeah, there's 100 of them. Here. There's 100 of them through those doorways.
So. I don't know how many we're going to see in because we only got 2 episodes of this show left, and if they're as short as this one, because I don't know if they're going to give you an hour-long episode. They really don't. They can make their point with short episodes. I just hope they do. You don't need 2 hours to get it, but I just hope because I wanted more of this one. Like when I saw the little ticker at the end of it, and we with time, how much time we didn't have left, I'm like, oh fuck, we're gonna leave this where I really don't want to leave it. But I had like I said, I had a good time with this episode, so I'm gonna go around the horn here. Brad, would you give me some quick thoughts of what you thought, and then we'll go to Aaron, and then we'll go to Clint.
It's I don't know if I'm quite as from like the reactions I've seen. It's like I don't know if I'm quite as blown away as everybody else, but I mean I did enjoy it, and kind of like you said, it's like the again seeing that swastika flag. It's like and the Les cameo. Those are not. I look at those as like twists or big reveals. Those are like, yeah, these were kind of like the breadcrumbs were laid for that, and we're confirming it now.
But I could understand the non-geek being kind of excited for that because they're not us, but yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so this is a good I think for as far as like how much we'd be kept in the dark. It's the same thing I said about like going to the previous episode where like that episode 6 that felt like the way that ended almost in a way where you like expect like this is the end of the season and this is when the next one starts is with this episode. So yeah, I think this is kind of living up to that sales pitch of it's almost like 2 seasons in one where like one of them ends at 6 and the next one starts at 7. So that's kind of like the big takeaway I have from that. And for like you said, even for like not noticing the flag with the swastika on it for like as long as they're when that reveal happens again, it's like they do. It's I mean again, the only black person we see out in the world like and suddenly having to run away from like, just a gang of white supremacists like. That's like
and okay. the way they did, like I said, the invasion of the body snatchers reference. For those of you who haven't seen, I can't believe you guys haven't seen that classic, but that's fine. But the way they did it, where they're all stopping in traffic and they're all a black, and the way they said a black olives roll, I'm like, oh wow, a black. Yeah. I guess that's what we are now. But that's
well, I mean, yeah, if you're in a Nazi dominated universe, I mean, they're not going to be precious about their language.
A black is like, oh my god. They could have gone straight up in, but that would have probably went too far.
Man. Do you think he would? I mean, do you think he would push the envelope that much?
No, because that would become the topic instead.
Yeah, that would dominate everything. Like whatever else happens these 3 episodes, like you do that, that's it.
Have you guys seen the theory that Rick Flag in this universe might be the leader of the Sons of Liberty? He's the one opposing Peacemaker on Earth X. I have not seen that. I don't know if that means that this Peacemaker will cross over to this universe, though. I think they got to be really careful about that, because when you do that, you make death worthless for these stories. If all you got to do is go to another universe and grab a replacement, you make the weight of his. If you do that enough times, death becomes meaningless in this story. It's already kind of meaningless because it's comic book death anyway. But when his death is part of Rick Flag Sr.'s story arc, you basically invalidate a huge piece of his drive if you were to do that. So I don't think that I think you could, I haven't heard that theory. That's a plausible theory. But if so, then I think he dies in that universe. Could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not writing this shit. I'm just watching it, but that's just my theory.
Yeah, I think for like between now and next Thursday, that might be like our, for our episodes where we talk about like who could cameo or who could appear. It's like that whoever that is in the previews, like, and you said like the oh shit reveal that's likely to be. Give us a week to think on that. It's like we'll probably come up with some crazy theories.
Yeah, he didn't give us any information because we don't know who's in Bel Rev.
But like I said, it's like I agree. It's like I think it's likely to be like whoever that is. You don't even have to hear the speech. They just turn around and it's framed in such a way where it's like everybody knows. Okay, we know who this is.
I would love to see G.I. Robot. He knows G.I. Robot. This is Frank Grillo. That's the same General Flag that's in Creature Commandos. I'd love to see G.I. Robot is one of my favorite characters of the whole storyline. Okay, yeah, there you go, Sean. You know what I'm talking about then.
Chuck Cage says, I really think they're going Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Not anytime soon. And that's not something you do right out of the chute, because you really lose people. Well, first of all, you're gonna waste too much time explaining what the fuck Crisis is.
Well, plus they've already, not Gunn himself, but there has already been a Crisis, which is that's why I always thought
nobody saw
the previous regime like wanting to build up to a Crisis movie. Like you've already done that. And you had like the Flash cameo, and you had you could do like a Crisis too. I could see like something that actively builds on that. But
if he wanted to, he could do an outright Crisis. Because I'm sorry, CW fans, not enough people watch that show to where the mainstream audiences that go to the movies are gonna give a fuck about what happened on that Crisis. Nobody cares, and it was done. And it was done poorly. It was done poorly, and it was a dumb idea to begin with.
Aaron,
Crisis in general on the papers and staples was an ill-fated mistake. So when you're trying to do something that was already a mistake that your company that you derive your stories from has spent 4 fucking decades undoing, then maybe it's not a good idea to ever go down that route again. But once again, it was on a network that, like I said, I'm sorry, nobody saw it.
Do you think that guy could be Batman?
No.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying I think because I'm like, yeah, that's what, because I'm pretty sure that theory is going to get thrown out there. I'm just asking.
Yeah. But hold on. Before I didn't want to come to, I don't think you're going to see any type of Crisis situation anytime soon. And when I say that, I mean like 15, 20 years. You may see him do stuff with Elseworlds and things like that, but you will not see anybody doing a consolidation for literally, I'm guessing, the next 15 or 20 years. There's no need for it.
And that's assuming we don't have another merger like derail everything.
That's true too. But even I think even anybody else will not do a Crisis situation, because you have the last 40 years. We did Crisis next year. Actually, no, this year, the end of this year is the 40th anniversary of Crisis. Now, if you have been collecting comics and you see the moment Crisis is over with, we start coming up with things that undo Crisis. Crisis is supposed to be one timeline, no alternates. That's it. This is a timeline. They immediately started doing things to circumvent that for the next following 10 years. Then you had Infinite Crisis. Then you had by the time you were done with all this mess, you had undone this big thing that you said needed to be done. So if we needed to do that, why are we going back? Why the fuck did the CW think that was a good idea? Who was in that writer's room? But anyway.
Craig Berlanti.
Yeah. And people tell me that they want him to handle. Listen, I have all the respect.
Somebody else there, Jeff Johns.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
people wanted him to Greg Berlanti to handle the DC cinematic universe, and I'm
Well,
like,
they wanted Jeff Johns.
absolutely
They wanted
not.
Jeff Johns too, and look how that went.
And all those people were fired. See how
Yeah.
that goes? So no, Berlanti was good at what he was good at, but that was a horrible idea, and it was horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Crisis was horrible. It had one good scene, and that was
For
that.
all
And
you
that went
DC
nowhere.
fans, we can't have Berlanti because he's doing that live action Captain Planet with
I don't want
Leonardo.
Berlanti because he's small screen. I
Yeah,
need
he's
a
doing a
movie
live
person.
action TV show.
Yeah, I need a
For Netflix at the
cinematic guy
moment.
to do this. So yeah, but yeah, Crisis was dumb, and I don't
I'm-
think
I'm-
it's.
I'm-
I don't think it's Chuck. I don't think it's going to happen again.
I'm not saying to all the DC fans that we can't have him because he's doing something.
I don't know if "can't" is the word I would use,
Yeah,
but there you go.
and then Johns, we don't want him anymore.
Well, Johns is done with DG. Crisis was a mistake, fun story, but had bad memory. Yeah, 40 of them, 40 years. Most of my comic book collecting existence.
Oh, this one's even better. You're gonna love this.
Yeah, and consolidation for the sake of stuff. And like I said, Scott Snyder has shown you that you can tell a different story in a different universe without laying waste to everything. A lot of that is ego. Everybody wants to be the guy that did the big story instead of working with people that worked other stories. Ozzy, what did you think about this episode? And then I'll get to Clint real quick, then we'll wrap it up.
I was very, very shocked, speechless, and very, very entertained because I enjoy watching like stuff about alternative history and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, because I mean, who hasn't had it's entertaining idea like what if the Nazis won the war? I mean, that's one of the biggest.
Philip K. Dick wrote
Yeah.
The Man in High Castle. So
The
I
thought
love
that
that
Nazis could
TV
win the
show.
war is impossible with the amount of might the Americans had. Oh,
the only way the Nazis win the war is if what happened in the Man in the High Castle happens. And what happened, the events that led to that, Roosevelt was assassinated. The attempt on Roosevelt's life that took place actually went through. And he was not president when that happened. He wasn't responding. They weren't doing the Lend-Lease. They weren't doing any of the things because what Roosevelt was doing, Roosevelt knew we were going to get into the war. He just had no way in. And then what happened with Pearl Harbor, Hitler was an idiot and declared war because we didn't declare war.
Yeah,
we didn't declare war on Germany. Germany declared war on us, and that opened up the season. But because there weren't certain people in place, that's how the Man in the High. But if you're talking about everything was the same, Roosevelt was elected when he was elected and president at the same time and Truman and all that, then no, because the problem with World War II is that even though you had German engineering, we could produce it in such mass that, they couldn't keep up. And then we started blowing up the factories and the rubber factories and everything else, and they just couldn't keep up. It was the same thing with Japan. Yeah, Japan had high stakes technology, but we literally turned
mass production,
country,
baby.
Yeah, we turned the entire country into a war factory, and they just couldn't keep up. And then the Manhattan Project finished the deal.
In Australia, we declared war on Germany. We went Leroy Chicken and went for it.
I'm gonna watch CW Flash to see if William's wrong. People said that the show is better than Penguin. That I can tell you no.
I can tell you Superman and Lois is.
It's better than Penguin? I don't think so.
It's
going to be a matter of opinion that you can stand by that.
By the way,
that's going to be a matter of opinion.
Thank you for helping us in World War II.
Anytime.
Thank you, America.
And by the way, Forrest going, damn it, Aaron's going to make me like this episode. She's so sweet.
The first 4 seasons, be honest with you, before they just either ran out of money or just stopped spending money, a Flash wasn't horrible. But as they started to add more to that universe, they didn't increase any of the resources they were given to those people. You started adding shows, and you kind of, in my opinion, you kind of started to see the money getting cut up and the resources getting cut up, and you saw it. And then, like I said, it wasn't like something that was airing on a network that people were watching, and that like, a network, something like that. Your audiences for that show did not justify any more money than they were getting in. That entire network, never didn't, from 2006 to the time it kind of is dissolving.
There you go.
the entire time that network was when it was formed. Because remember, CW was formed from two dwindling networks, the WB and UPN. They were two failing networks. So you took two failing networks and made one failing network. That was just basically a mark-off, So after the fourth season of The Flash, that's where you hear a lot. Even the people who like that series, they tell you there's a drop-off at a certain point. So I wasn't the biggest fan of it to begin with. I'm not into low-budget DC. If you're going to do DC, please spend the money. I'm not into low-budget DC. I would rather have the show not be there. I love The Flash from 1990. But if you were going to cut the cost of that show, I would rather that show not exist than be pick and save DC. So that's where I'm at. But I know plenty of people love the show. But the numbers never bore out that the CW was some kind of powerhouse that should be dictating any type of stories anywhere outside of the CW. Could be your countryman. Well, didn't Captain Boomerang die in the credits?
Yeah,
he's dead. But then again, he could be alive. But the person that you guys were talking about, he's in this universe. He's not from the alternate universe. He's in this universe. They're talking to him in a prison that's here, according to.
But is he dead? No.
If that turns out to be Captain Boomerang, if they do a reveal and it's anybody from the Suicide Squad, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be like, what? I'll be hard,
It's like a soap. If there isn't a body, then he ain't dead.
He had
don't
like
care if it's
spikes
not-
coming out of his face.
Yeah, and it's Captain Boomerang. I mean, come on. And he looked ridiculous in the sequel, by the way. Arrow seasons 1 through 3. The first season of Flash felt like awesome Netflix shows and dropped off after they started losing budget and could benefit streaming services. Yeah, I mean, if you were going to do that, if Netflix were putting them like Sandman money behind it, different story. And I don't blame the people who made those shows. They did the best they could with what they had. They just didn't have much, and it showed. It showed. People were saying I don't know who those people are, but Brad's obviously one of them. That's going to be subjective. You're talking about an Emmy-winning show. You're talking about a show who had pretty much all its major players either winning or up for Emmys, and you're comparing it to something on the CW. I need you to say that out loud, and maybe see how ridiculous that sounds. I don't know.
Superman Lois is better than Penguin. I said it out loud.
Well, I'm used to you sounding ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
you also again, you have to process a lot of this remorse with like the Blade stuff and the Mortal Kombat 2 stuff. So it's like it's also the balance out of that.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Clint, you're up. What'd you think?
Yeah, Penguin Duck. Or Metalhead Duck, whatever.
Get your fucking mind straight, please.
It's a Peacemaker duck.
Because Clint, unlike Brad, stayed on topic. Go ahead, Clint.
Thank you.
Superman there.
Well, this episode was kind of like just a verification of what we kind of all figured out while we were looking at this episode about what's wrong with this universe. And it kind of is like just a confirmation episode of what your belief in, what's going wrong.
Yeah.
You see what's going to happen way before it happens. The end, I saw that happening way before it happened because you figured out what was wrong with this universe before it happened.
When she said she was going out for a walk, I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, I knew that was happening even before she said that.
Yeah. Well, with her being the only, person of color in the group, and of course, I'm like, as soon as they see,
and
her,
they were very focused on in this episode to show that.
Yep. So I thought that was great. But I had fun with it.
Yeah, like I said, nothing. I mean, there were the way a lot of stuff was revealed was a real cool way, but nothing that would have been like a nobody saw that coming kind of like your reveal.
And they kind of wasted the Lex Luthor scene because what happened after that?
Well, that's when they find out they're in the Nazi universe.
No. What did Rick Flag do with the information? What happened with it?
Oh, well, I mean, that might be like something that is.
Yeah, I think that's to be revealed. I think
that's probably what that mystery figure is all about.
But I'm saying it's just it did happen. It was a big deal because they made a big deal of the cinematography of it, and then this big thing, and then nothing happened.
I think that's a precursor to a much bigger thing, because remember what he said. He said that there's a scanner, so something we don't know about that was not revealed.
Right, but we're talking about this episode. We don't know what's happening.
Oh yeah, but that's why it's episodic. It's leading to something else.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a waste.
Well,
it's like you said, if they extended the episode to show what that was happening in that
I can go along with. But I mean, if they wrap it up in these next few episodes, I'm okay with it. But yeah, 35 minutes for an episode where you're dropping this much, I do have a problem with that.
That's right. That's why I kind of hope the next two are their longest ones.
And I think it's a coin toss on whether they will be, because this is one. Sometimes you can tell a complete arc in 35 minutes if you pace it right. This was not paced enough to do it in 35. This is an hour. This is one of those hour and 10 episodes that should have been right. So yeah. So now we gotta wait. But you know what? He's got us hanging. So all right. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. Like I said, wish it would have been longer so we could have gotten to some of the points that were in the previews. But we'll be back next week. Saturday, 2:00. We're doing Spinal Tap.
Saturday, this Spinal Tap.
Yeah. This app, what we do this weekend will depend on what you guys want to do. So there's a link if you want to do it. Otherwise, I will. Tomorrow's Friday, so if Dave sends a link, I'm gonna be on the Alaska stream. I might do an Insomnia stream if I got enough energy, but I'm hoping I'm not. Hoping I'm getting worn out.
The second Spinal Tap movie is just as funny as the first.
I found out they made another one in between.
No, that would be epic. I don't think he's gonna reveal. But what? Maybe you know what? I need to stop because like I said, we're dealing with a crazy man. So maybe how did he get Brainiac? Did he capture Brainiac at some point?
Wait, you're talking about that unidentified figure? Or that might be...
But then again, he looked like he had white hands.
Yeah, he looks human. So
in small form,
green, alien mechanoid stuff with it. So,
like I said, he did just enough to get this conversation going. He did exactly what he needed to do. So, all right, guys, that's it. Gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Then I'm gonna get ready for the weekend. Thank you guys for joining us. Please like, subscribe if you're watching on Twitter. The link is it's in the description, but I'll put it in the chat for you guys so that it shows up on both Twitch, because we're on Twitch right now. YouTube.com/Sci-Fi Center. Love the fact that you're watching us anywhere, but like I said, the channel's built on YouTube, so best that if we get all of our disciples on one platform, that way we know which one is the most viable. All right, there you go. All right, that's it. See you guys tomorrow, or at the latest Saturday afternoon.
Right. See you guys.